All right, I'm in the New York Giants defense playbook. Right now, it's my go-to. Um, Another good defense would be the Baltimore Ravens, but I've been liking the big nickel out of the New York Giants playbook. My go-to play though is definitely the nickel mid blitz. It's very popular. A lot of people try to run it, but the good thing is there's so many different ways you can run it. I'm gonna show you how I like to set it up, how I like to run it, when not to run it in certain situations, and so we'll go from there. We'll go ahead and set up the mid blitz. So this is normally how I'm going to set up the mid blitz. Whatever side the running back's on, I always put a linebacker on the flat, no matter what. And then whoever's guarding the running back, I'll blitz them, and I'll do a dummy blitz up the middle like this. And then I'm going to drop back in coverage, and I'm going to help. That flat really helps out. It takes away a lot of things, and then that allows you. You do have to pay attention if the running back does like a hitch route or a Texas route, um, and that's up to you to pick it up. For the most part, they're either going to block their running back when they see you blitzing like this, or they'll do a flat play with them, and that allows you to run freely with Young, and you'll still get pressure on a good amount of time. Pay attention to what I do with my user. Like I said, blitz for like a half a second, back off. That allows that center to think that he's blocking me. You allow your linebacker to get in freely unblocked. So that's instant pressure. Now, like I said, the running back may run a hitch route or a Texas route, and it's up to you to pick him up. So I knew he was coming for that hitch route, so I'm playing stupid like I don't know that it's there, and I'm running back, and I'm gonna help guard that slant route. But then I see the running back, so I come back, and this is where you get picks. Because if this was a user, there's a good chance he throws that hitch route because he thinks, oh, I'm going to help on that crossing route or a slant route right there. But then I drop back and I come back right back to the running back. That was a bad play by Lamar Jackson. He shouldn't have thrown that ball. You can see the pressures there. Most users, they're going to run, they're going to sprint out, or they're going to try to throw that hitch route because they see me backing up right there. They think, oh, he's not going to guard the hitch. I'm going to throw the hitch. But then I come back, easy pick. Another thing I like to do to throw my opponent off is I'll throw a lot of zones out there. I'll put a quarterback spy. So I'll usually run it like this, and I'll still user the whoever's guarding the running back. But now you got a lot of zones out there to help you with defense. And so let's say they try to throw like a quick pass to Dez Bryant, like a quick slant pass to Dez Bryant. Well, you see how my guys drop back instead of blitzing. They could mess up and think they have that slant wide open because my safety's so far off. But then that quarterback spy is right there to knock it down. And if that slant does go through, I got that linebacker playing the middle of the field right there. Once again, he's playing really deep. I would normally have him at 5 yards. I don't like when they're playing that deep. I can't control the coaching adjustments. This is what I'm talking about. Look where I'm at with my safety right here. Because this corner route with the tight ends and the inside receivers are deadly against man coverage. It's happened so many times where my opponent will throw that corner out. It'll be successful. They'll get like 20 yards or a touchdown. So they'll go back. They'll see that I'm doing the mid blitz again, and they'll go back to the same play, and they'll try to hit him again. Well, this is what I'm talking about, where I go right out there and I go and guard the tight end myself. Honestly, I didn't even need to help Peters. He played it really good, but I've kind of played underneath while Peters was over top. So he couldn't throw that ball no matter what he wanted to do. He could not throw that ball to that tight end. So once I seen that Peters had him locked up, and I see that drag route coming, I wasn't even accounting for Lamar Jackson to sprint out like that. I was just watching that drag route. So I come up, and it was a perfect play for me to do, and I'm able to take away Lamar Jackson. But this is why you want to have people that are fast at your safety position, your guys that have the change of direction, so they can do things like this. I'm able to go help with the corner route and then drop back down, help with the drag route. Lamar Jackson sprinting out, and we take it away. All right, this is the mid read in the red zone, and you can see the difference on how I'm going to play. This is one of my go-tos in the red zone, especially when they're in the 10-yard area. I'm running the mid blitz basically the same way I would normally run it. The only difference is I'm pressing my DBs. I still got my linebacker going out there to help me with the running back just in case he runs a flat route, and I can still use my guy. No, the reason you want to press when they're in the red zone is because when you're in the red zone, what kind of routes are they going to try to run? Drag routes, slant routes, 5 and ins, 10 and outs, 10 and ins. It's going to be shortcut routes. Um, and if you do not have DBs with good man coverage, it's going to be hard to guard stuff like that. The Ravens have really good DBs with really good man coverage. On top of that, they can press. I didn't necessarily press on this play, but you could have pressed. All I did was I brought my DBs up and then I gave the cushion over the top. And watch how the play develops. You can see my linebacker's going out there, and he even bumps the tight end. So that's just a bonus. He bumps the tight end, and then he's gonna go out there and he's gonna pick up the running back, and that's perfect for me. That allows me to be freely with the user. And you can see I lurk the drag. That's about the only route that gets open, and that's your job, to pick up those middle of the field routes. And I did it perfectly. I picked a random offense out of this formation. I didn't know where he was gonna go, but just having that experience, knowing that most of the time when people are out of this formation, that tight end on the right side of the field is usually gonna do some type of corner route, of a 10 and out, or just a straight up the seam route. Usually the inside receiver is going to do some type of drag route, slant route, a 5 and out or a 5 and in. The two outside receivers I'm not too worried about. They got really good cornerbacks on them. And the amount of time for them to get open, I should get to the quarterback. Uh, but you can see having them on the line like that, it really does affect their routes, them getting open really quick. You can see how they guard them. They do a really good job. They're playing their man. Those three guys manned up like that, Humphrey, Jimmy Smith, and Peters, all have really good man coverage, and that's what you want. The only one that's lacking it is the guy that I helped. I acted like I was going to go help on the tight end on whatever route he was going to run, and then I dropped back, and I'm able to pick up the drag route real quick. Once again, you want to have somebody fast, somebody with a good change of direction. That's what allows me to do that, and I get the user alert. And another thing that makes it possible is the blitz. I got to the quarterback in a good amount of time, made him throw a pressure pass, and that's what made me get the pick as well. A defense I like to run if, let's say, it's second quarter, the time's going down, they don't have a lot of time left, and they need to get downfield. A good play that I like to run is this cover 4 drop. It's going to be out of the dime, the 1-4-6. So this is normally how I would set it up. I'll bring the safeties down, the cornerbacks down, and I will put my DBs to play over the top, just so have that extra cushion over the top. You can still get beat over the top, but it's just a good thing to do. You want to pinch your line, you want to pinch the linebackers, and they'll set up like this where there's 5 guys on the line. It's perfect just in case they want to do a running play out of the shotgun formation. You can shoot the gap with the safety over the top. It's not the best run stop, but it definitely does the job. It's done the job plenty of times for me. If you want to shut everything down, whatever side the running back's on, so for example, he's on this side, so this defensive end that's blitzing, you can put him on a flat route. And then your other defensive end, if it's a running quarterback, put him on a quarterback spy. Remember, at this point in time, we're not worried about him. We're not worried about getting to the quarterback. We're worried about shutting everything down and allowing him to waste as much clock as he wants. So if he wants to stay in that pocket, because I'm not blitzing a lot of people, it's a one-man blitz. I'm not going to get to the quarterback in 2 to 3 seconds. Having that defensive end getting the flat where the running back's at and having that quarterback spy really takes away any type of check down or quick run with the quarterback. The goal is to keep the quarterback in the pocket, let him waste the time, bag all the receivers up. That's when you want to run a play like this. All right, YouTube. So that's going to be it for the practice section of the tips on how to set up the defenses, adjustments, stuff like that. I'm going to get more into the coaching adjustments when we get onto the head-to-head because I can't do it in the practice field. You're going to see how the mid-blitz can really get into people's heads, how sending the blitz puts pressure on their quarterback. It makes them make passes that they didn't want to make. You'll see how I use my safety in the middle of the field. how I pick up routes that I think they're gonna go to. You'll see how the flats pick up the running backs. You'll even see that it can stop the run, and it's not just going to be the mid blitz. It's also going to be the cover for when to use it, certain situations. Let's see how these plays run against real users, and how effective they really are. All right, so off rip, like I said, on defense, coaching adjustments I like to do. Auto flip, I like to turn it off. My flats, keep them at 0 to start off with. Curl flats, keep them at 20 to 25. We'll start with 25 to start with, and then the hooks, we'll put it at 5. So right now, I'm in a situation where he doesn't necessarily have to pass the ball. I mean, the game just started. I did get a score, so he's more than welcome to run the ball. He's not really worried about wasting clock or anything like that. So right now, it's kind of an open game. We just got to figure each other out and see who's running what. If the quarterback's underneath the center, I'm not going to put any zones. I'm just going to try to get to the quarterback as fast as I can. And I'm going to use my user to pick up any slant routes, any quick routes like that. It's always good to have somebody that can break through the line like Campbell just did. It just helps to stop the run. Running back's on the right side, so I'm going to put my guy over there. Come over here, take the blitz. Put your DBs over the top. That was a bad pass by him. That was definitely a good route by the receiver. He could have got that pass off. And you can see right there how my user kind of struggled to cut and go different directions. That's what we're saying. Like this generation, they made it so hard. They made your users so slow, even if they are fast on their cuts, and it sucks. I'm gonna keep running the mid blitz on him. You know, see if he can beat it. Normally, I'll keep running it until they know how to. Normally, I'll keep running the same blitz if they can't get past it. Right there, a perfect example. That linebacker took away the running back, and that allowed me to use alert the quick drag routes over the middle. That's what I'm talking about. Running backs on the right side of the field. Bring up the user. It was just a good play by the running back. I'm up by 14. I'm okay with it. He's running clock for me. That's just how I play. Some people feel like they need to stop the run. And then that's where they mess up in the passing. Me, if I have the lead, I'm going to let him run the ball. I'm going to let him waste clock. It's not going to bother me. That was a mistake by me. I didn't put a flat out there. I counted on my defense to get to the quarterback. He also had somebody else deep downfield. So maybe if he throws that look at me again, I'll run the same defense, but I'll throw those zones out there. Right there, I wasn't ready. I didn't set up. Normally, I was going to put some zones out there. If it's an empty setup like that and I'm in the mid blitz, you can run the blitz like that. At the very minimum, you would bump and run, but I didn't. But I would have definitely put out some zones out there. I wouldn't have ran it like that. You can see I tried to grab my linebacker, but I was too late. I still was able to help pick up a couple routes, but the crossing or that slant route definitely beat me. If it's third down, you can run. You can keep running that nickel, but you can also run this dime cover 4. Put some flat zones out there. You know he needs to get to that first down. This is max coverage. I ain't got nobody blitzing. I'm gonna waste time. I'm gonna use a queen because he's my fast linebacker. Right here, we just want him to waste time. We just want him to waste clock. We're not worried about getting to the quarterback in this situation. This is max coverage, having everything picked up. He can't run with the quarterback. He does a dumb pass. He shouldn't have made that pass. That could have been a pick. And that's the point of that type of defense right there. Now he's in a 4th down position. You can go ahead if he's going to go for another play. You can run that same defense. You just that's just where you start throwing different looks at him. I'm gonna run the mid blitz and try to get to the quarterback there. This could backfire on me because he could beat me, but it's just on me to use my user to pick up. Once again, having the fast cornerbacks out there to keep up with the burners. That guy's 93 speed. I think Adams is 91. And he's playing off the ball, so he's able to keep up with him down the field like that. And that's what a couple turnovers will do for you. Once you get a few turnovers, one or two, and you have the lead, it makes the opponent quit.